What year did this?
No letters, no
Of
comments.
opposition?
No
No,
comments.
okay.
All right, well, good morning. It is 10:08 a.m. and we're going to bring the November 19th, 2025 Coastal Permit Administrator hearing to order. Clerk, do we have a determination of legal notice?
All items on the agenda have been properly noticed.
Great, thank you. Moving into our regular calendar, we have one case on today's agenda. It's case CDP 2024-0023 for applicant Noah Shepard and agent Barbara Reed. And our project planner is Jesse Waldman. Jesse, may I have your presentation, please?
Good morning, CPA CROG, Jesse Waldman for Mendocino County Planning and Building Services, and I'm glad to see the applicants were able to attend in person today. This coastal development permit application number to CDP 2024-0023. The request is a standard coastal development permit request to add 5 additional visitor service serving facilities, also known as VSF, combining district lodging units to the McCallum House Suites, also known as formerly as the Reed Manor, for a total of 10 visitor serving facility units. The project has been determined to be, for the environmental determination, to be categorically exempt. The location is within the town of Mendocino on the south side of Pallet Drive, County Road 448, approximately 550 feet north of the intersection of Little Lake Road, CR 408, and Lansing Street, County Road 500. It is 360 feet east of the intersection of Pallet Drive and Lansing Street, located at 10691 Pallet Drive in Mendocino with an assessor's parcel number of 119140032. Within the 5th district of the supervisoral districts for Mendocino County. And the project is currently subject to the Division 3 Mendocino Town zoning code. It is zoned multiple family residential. It is also classified as a multiple family residential classification within the Mendocino Town Plan. And the project has been, there's been past coastal development permits. I want to just point that out, that the applicant, the previous owner designed and developed the parcel with a use with a, sorry, I got lost in my words there, that allowed for 5 visitor services units as well as a single family residence or a manager's unit. And this project specifically requests to relocate the residents into a cottage. I believe the cottage is called the Jedediah Smith Cottage. It's a 2-bedroom residence. So there's no exterior changes to this proposal. It's all going to be internal renovations where a residence will be retained on the parcel and the 10 units will be within the actual main building commonly known as the Reed Manor. And if approved, this project would result in an overall of 10 lodging units with 1 single family residence. And per the Mendocino Town Plan and the Mendocino Town Zoning Code, capacity within the town of Mendocino is limited to 237 lodging units distributed within these combining districts what this parcel has. The McCallum House Suites is also listed on the Appendix 2 or Table 2 that is within the staff report, and Appendix 2 of the Mendocino Town Plan that where Mendocino County Planning and Building Services, we retain a current list of all visitor services serving facilities within the town. And part of the Mendocino Town Zoning Ordinance, specifically Chapter 20.684, that provides direction about the allocation and procedures for when openings are available. And within the staff report, there is the Table 2, which when we update the Mendocino Town Plan would be the new current appendix to the Mendocino Town Visitor Service Serving Facilities for that current list. The current appendix is from the last adoption, which I believe was in 2017. And since that time, additional coastal development permits have been obtained to increase their visiting services units. And so that table 2 that's within the staff report, that will, if this project is approved, that table will include this project and any additional coastal development permits that have retained units within the town. I hope that makes sense. Let's see. This also, because of the Mendocino Town Zoning Code and that allocation procedure that I mentioned, is this applicant, all visitor servicing facilities were sent a notice on March 4th of 2024, opening up the opportunity for participants who have who can prove that they have adequate services to their sites to apply for a coastal development permit. And this applicant, Mr. Shepard and Barbara Reed, they were the only application that came in, and thus we are here today. Key items for this site is the project did receive approval from the water district, the Mendocino City Community Services District, that was very specific about adequate water and services. It did include the 10 units, where one of those rental units could have a kitchen, and they are proposing to have a kitchen in one of those units. And it also showed that they have adequate water and services for the 2-bedroom single-family residence, and that's what we are looking at today. As previously mentioned, we are not having any exterior alterations to the site. The project was referred to the Mendocino Historical Review Board, and they had no comment because there's no exterior alterations. Regarding parking, the Mendocino Town Plan and the Zoning Code do have requirements for parking. And as presented to you today in the staff report, there are conditions 10 and 11. And so this site currently has 11 spaces. No, excuse me. This site currently has 9 spaces. And with an addition of 5 rooms, the allocation, they are required to have 12 parking spaces. It's important to note that this applicant has also applied for a Mendocino Historical Review Board permit, which has been approved, and they are currently working on obtaining the appropriate building permits for 2 electrical vehicle charging stations. So 9 plus 2 additional electric vehicle charging parking spaces, that's 11. So 10 and 11 conditions within the staff report are recommended by staff that prior to issuance of a building permit that they provide that 12th, that 1 additional parking space, or find alternatives as stated within those conditions. And I did prepare a memo. Yesterday, I was preparing for today's hearing. Should I be absent or some unfortunate event occur, I was preparing my presentation today, and I found a typo within my staff report, and so staff did prepare a memo, and I hope that that was received by the CPA. I know it was posted online, and
Yes,
just for the record,
it.
okay,
Thank
great.
you.
So just for the record, I have not actually discussed it with the applicant or the agent. I did do some email correspondence. It does not change staff's recommendations for approval with those conditions specifically within the staff report, but it's very important to note when we're recording the allocation of rooms in the town of Mendocino. And so that typo that I had in the staff report is the number of units that would change if this project is proposed. So in the memo, it clarifies that there would now be 198 visitor services units approved within the Mendocino Town leaving the remaining amount in 1 minute. I may have closed my memo, and I actually have it right here. Leaving the number of available lodging units within the town to be number 9. So in that memo, I also added and attached that table that would become Appendix 2 of the Mendocino Town Plan. I also thought that was a good way to present it because in the staff report, it breaks across pages, and for future reference, just having that really clean table is going to be really helpful. Last thing that I will add is staff has not received any public comment regarding this project, and staff recommends approval with those conditions in front of you, and I'm glad the applicants are here, and that concludes my presentation. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Jesse.
Thanks, Jesse.
And so
Thanks,
next
Jesse.
I'll look over to the applicants and agent. Do you have any comments that you want to add?
I just would, just
sorry,
on that
just
memo
state
clarification,
your name.
Noah Shepherd,
Thank you.
applicant. I just have a question about how many units are available. That sounds like regarding the memo that you sent. So there's a total of 227 that can be allocated total, and right now 198 are being, if we get this allocation of these 5 rooms, that would leave an additional 29 available units for future applicants.
I believe there's only 9
9.
available
okay,
units
okay.
because there's also single unit rentals
Okay.
and vacation home rentals
That
that
fall in
all
that,
come out
yeah,
of
yeah.
the 237.
Okay, so
Yeah.
there's 9 available at this time. If we get this 5, there'll be 4 additional? No.
No, so this would be, there'd be 9 available
this.
if this application is
okay,
approved. And
great.
Jessie has her hand raised, so I'll let her clarify as well.
There'll be
Yeah,
9
if
that are available.
so, the visitor services facility allocation unit is maximized at 237. That includes hotels, motels, bed and breakfasts, and that number of the 230, for the record, that number of 237, we will have visitors like hotels and inns with more than 4 rooms. There will be 198 of them. And then for bed and breakfasts that are 4 rooms or less, they're maxed out at there are 30 of those. So a total of 9 units for bed and breakfast or inn or motels are still open. And after this project, if this project is approved at this CPA hearing, the planning and building services, we could send out another opening to all of the all of the businesses that actually could increase their rooms. They would have to show adequate services. So let's say that well, I won't go into examples, but so there's
I understand,
9.
that's clear.
Yeah.
There's 9. Now, I want to, just for the record, because single unit rentals and vacation home rentals are a very different process, and that's a very different allocation, and there's very different limits. So just to clarify, bed and breakfast, motels, specifically, there are 9 units available if this project is approved.
Thank you for the clarification, I understand.
Any other comments or questions
I
from
agree with
applicant
it.
agent?
Yeah, I agree with the staff report.
And so do I.
Such a pleasure.
Please state your name for the record.
Oh,
Yes.
Barbara Reed.
Thank you. You took what I was going to ask. Okay, great. Any other comments?
I don't think so.
Okay, well then I'm going to go ahead and open up the public hearing and see if we have any members of the public that wish to speak on this item, and you can indicate so by using the raised hand feature. And I'll note that we have no other members of the public in the room here. And seeing that our attendee online today has not raised their hand, then I'll go ahead and close the public hearing and bring it back to the Coastal Permit Administrator. So thank you to staff. I think your staff report was really well put together, and I have absolutely no questions regarding the application and the process moving forward. And I looked at the 2 conditions regarding the parking spaces and think that'll be reasonable, and I think the applicant can
Yeah,
easily
that's fine.
address that as well. So with that, I will agree with the determination that it's categorically exempt and approve the project subject to the findings and conditions within the staff report. Now with that, you do have, I believe, 2 appeal periods associated with this project. So you'll have the 10 calendar days with the Board of Supervisors and then 10 business days with the Coastal Commission. After that, you'll have an effective permit and be able to come and get building permits to actually do any interior changes that you need to make. Yeah, great. Okay, so with that, the project is approved.
Can I
Yes,
get a copy of the staff report and this?
absolutely.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
If you hang around, just let me finish our last little bit of business here. So, okay, and, Jesse, please go ahead.
Just because the notice of exemption for determination, and I should have stated this early, and I don't know if it's appropriate for me to just point out, since the applicant's in the building, condition number 12. It's the notice of exemption that is required to be posted, and that does require a $50 fee be paid for the recordation. And since you're in the Ukiah office, if you wanted to resolve condition 12, that is optional. It is an optional condition, but I just bring it up, and I should have mentioned that earlier.
That means that nobody can appeal it to the Coastal Commission, right? Is that
No,
correct?
so what the recording of a notice of exemption does is it shortens the time period during which somebody could challenge the project based upon CEQA grounds, and it
Okay.
shortens it from 180 days to 35 days.
I think that's money, $50 well spent, yes.
Yes. If not, I have a check.
Okay, well, I don't have any money, sorry about that.
Thank
Okay.
you,
For that
CPA,
clarification,
for
Jesse.
letting me bring that in.
Okay, great. And moving on to agenda item number 4, are there any matters from staff? Seeing a head shaking no, so no matters from staff. Agenda item number 5, matters from the public. The Coastal Permit Administrator welcomes participation in meetings. This item is limited to matters under the jurisdiction of the Coastal Permit Administrator, which are not on the posted agenda, and items which have not already been considered by the Coastal Permit Administrator. No action will be taken. Do we have any members of the public who wish to speak under matters from the public? Seeing no indication in the room and no hands raised online. So with that, I will adjourn the meeting at 10:25 a.m. Thank you.